Well, come on in, folks. As always, the door to my office is open, and I'm glad that you're able to join me today here on our Tuesday afternoon check-in. What a gorgeous day it is out there. Earlier today, Don and I went out for a little walk around a block, and got to see the birds and the whole 9 yards. It was just great. So I'm glad you're with me today. Just a moment. Wet my whistle a little bit. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and also click that bell, because that bell, what that does is that'll send you an alert in the event that we're online, and you'll get you won't miss a moment of all this excitement we have here on Tuesdays. So anyway, glad you're with me today, and I'm glad to be with you. And we're looking forward to better weather and lots of good things happening out here in Burlington. Now, I have a number of announcements I want to make, and a big full schedule of things to show you today. And of course, as always, at the end, a devotional looking at a particular psalm, and I've been preparing for that earlier today, and I'm looking forward to it. So the first thing I wanted to do, I'm looking at my notes here. The first thing I want to do is show you this short video that was done about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, from the Chief Medical Officer here in Halton Region, talking about the rollout for COVID vaccines. And as soon as that's over, I'll be right back.
Today, I want to talk about plans for delaying the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. While we have made good progress in immunizing some of our most vulnerable, including residents of long-term care and retirement homes, we continue to have transmission of COVID-19 in Halton, leaving most of us susceptible to the virus. In delivering vaccine to Halton residents, we follow provincial direction and guidance from credible agencies such as the Canadian National Advisory Committee on Immunization, or NACI. The recent review by NACI concluded that very high vaccine effectiveness has been observed following first doses of the COVID vaccines. We know this to be true with many other vaccines. In fact, receiving a second dose months later can boost antibodies to a higher level for many vaccines. NACI recommends that, given limited COVID-19 vaccine supply, we should maximize the number of individuals benefiting from the first dose of vaccine by extending the interval for the second dose of the vaccine up to 4 months. Ontario will follow NACI's recommendations. Going forward, clinic appointments for second doses will be booked 4 months after first doses. In Halton, those who have already booked clinic appointments for second doses will be notified about their new appointments. Delaying second doses to 4 months allows more people to receive the protection of first doses earlier, increasing our community-level protection. This will bring us all closer to a post-pandemic world. As always, you can learn more about vaccines by visiting halton.ca/COVID vaccines. Thank you, Halton, for your ongoing efforts in slowing the spread of COVID-19. We are making steady progress. Please continue to follow public health measures, be informed, and, as always, be kind to one another.
So there you have it. I mean, we're pretty much aware of the fact that they're pushing these out to 4 months, and that's just the way things are rolling out. However, as you can see in this banner that's rolling just below me here at the front, I just got this email sent to me by Ron. Thanks, Ron, for sending that in. It just came out today. As of tomorrow, which is March 31st, Halton residents 65 years and older can book appointments for their COVID vaccine appointment. So anybody born in 1956 or before can book an appointment to receive their COVID-19 vaccine. And you can go to the Halton region or halton.ca and you can get that. And I've also included below this video a link to do that. You can also call 311. That's listed here in the email. In addition to the groups that are currently eligible, Wednesday, March 31st, Halton residents age 65 will also be eligible through the booking system. While booking online is I'm reading from the email here, while booking online is the fastest way to schedule appointments, residents can also call 311 if they require booking support. Vaccinations are by appointment only. There's no walk-ins. It must be booked through the online system or dialing 311. And they also were reminding us that, where is it here? Halton Region continues to offer transportation services to and from appointments for residents who require support free of charge, including residents 65 years of age and older. So something to keep in mind when that comes around for you. So big important announcement with regards to this booking starting tomorrow. And thanks for forwarding that email to me, Ron. And I hope that everybody will take part in that and get us all vaccinated. The sooner we get this done and the sooner we can get things as far as the VOCs, the variants of concern, under control, the sooner we can get back to sort of seeing one another again. I'm avoiding the word normal because normal's just one of those things we're going to be chasing. I think it's really that we can get back to seeing one another safely and securely again, and we're all looking forward to that, especially with the summer months just around the corner for us. Well, that's about it for COVID today. I just wanted to run those two things past you. Let's take a break, and then we'll come right back for our web search right after that. Well, we're back, and we're going to take a look and see what we've found on the web this week. What you sent in to me, what I found, and it's a combination of both this time around. And I guess it helps if you put the camera on the other scene. Well, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Anyway, here I am, magically appearing like a genie from the bottle for you, I guess. Anyway, first thing I wanted to share today is something that Ron sent in, and it's Sending Joyfulness is what it's entitled. And I wanted to start off making you kind of feel good. And this is a lovely feel good with baby goats and just bouncing, and oh, well, you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you will. Here it is.
Oh my God. So simple.
I'm right here. Good. Yeah. You're pro. You're pro. Good job. Good job. You're so good at jumping. Yes, yes, you are. Need a bit.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oh, Daddy.
You know, you gotta love baby goats, right? I like that at the end where they were all wanting to get a hug, and that one black one kept coming back for more. Baby goats, fun. Just something to brighten your afternoon up. There you go. Next thing on the hopper is a tribute to Canada, if you like. And it's a group of photos from right across the country. And thanks for sending this in, and I hope you enjoy this too. You know, we're getting ready, so we might be able to start exploring our country again if we can all get our vaccines and get stuff under control. Maybe this is a way to kind of spark that thought. Here we go. There you go. Great pictures. So right across Canada, things to look at from coast to coast. It was great. Thanks for sending that in, folks. And speaking of some wonderful pictures, Ron sent in a collection of photos. These are amazing photos. This first one, especially, that comes up in the first link, is a fighter jet and the pilot's ejecting. I think because sadly it crashed, but the point is that somebody caught this just in this amazing moment when this plane was about to do that, and lots of other stuff following that. So again, here's some great pictures, some great opportunities for some photos, and I hope you enjoy it. Wow, some pretty amazing pictures. You know, a lot of those aircraft crashes and whatnot. I know a friend of mine worked out in Oshawa years ago, and there's a small airport out there, and showed me about a small, I think it was a single engine aircraft that basically did a belly land on the runway, and they had it hoisted up in the air. They're doing some repairs on it. Amazingly, you know, you think of an aircraft when it crashes, it's kind of in bazillion pieces. This one was actually fairly intact. I was very impressed as to how well it held up. But of course, they had to do an airworthy check, and it was very involved to do all that. But nonetheless, I was still impressed. Anyway, great pictures. Thanks, Ron, for sending that in. And, the great thing about this Tuesday afternoon, the way that it's evolved over this last year, is that this is a show that you've put together. So you're sending me stuff in, folks, and then I'm able to get it on the air and put it out here on YouTube, and we can watch it. And so whatever is happening on the show, you've helped create that, good, bad, or otherwise. So, and mostly it's been great, I got to say. So keep sending that stuff in. And it makes this show very unique, this check-in time very unique, and hopefully entertaining at the same time. Speaking of which, we've got some random thoughts for you, and then a little break, and we'll be right back after that. Well, those were some random thoughts and some ideas, certainly about being online with us on Sundays. And don't forget, this is Holy Week for Easter, and we've got lots of things coming up. Thursday, we've got Maundy Thursday service with Brant Hills, and my good friend and colleague, Reverend Curtis Bablitz, and I will be participating in that service together. It won't be a long service, folks, half an hour, 40 minutes or so. And then we have our Good Friday service the next day, also having communion, and Donna will be helping me with that service. And then, of course, Easter Sunday morning, we'll be celebrating our risen Lord. So keep all those dates in mind. Lots of emails coming out this week. If you're not getting emails from me, you can certainly send a request in to minister@burlingtoneast.net. I'll be more than happy to send that newsletter out to you so you can keep up on all the stuff that's coming up. The next couple items I picked up on my Twitter feed just recently, and the first one's talking about the world's biggest puzzle. I think you mentioned how many pieces are in it, but this guy's got this puzzle that's, the standard size, small pieces, and it fits a wall. It's unbelievable, the size of this thing. And right after that, they've got some Hollywood memorabilia. That one will be in German, but it's got English subtitles to it. Just thought that was a couple of interesting things I came across this week. Here they are.
Ja, Herr Thomas.
Ja, also wir haben so ca. 1000 Live-Liter dann gemacht. Dem Star Wars Film. Startpreis ist hier, 90.000.
Ja.
Also, das ist eines unserer ikonischsten Objekte. Harry Potter und die Heiligtümer des Todes. Der Zauberstab hieraus wurde also in 2 Filmen genutzt, von 2010 und 2011. Ein sehr schönes designtes Objekt, wie ich finde. Und in dem Film wurde es geschaffen von dem Tod selbst, gehörte dann unter anderem Albus Dumbledore und geriet dann in die Hände von Voldemort, von dem es Harry Potter zurückerobert hat. Diese Objekte stammen alle aus einer einzigen Sammlung. Und diese wurde zusammengetragen bei verschiedenen Gelegenheiten, sowohl auf dem internationalen Kunstmarkt, zum Beispiel in den USA, als auch vielleicht durch andere Gelegenheiten, die der Sammler hatte.
Pretty amazing stuff they got for sale there, and I mean that stuff comes up, fairly regular. I've been following those kinds of sales for years. Not that I can certainly afford any of that stuff, but now and again something kind of interesting comes up. It'd be kind of cool if you could, have the Harry Potter wand or whatever, if you're kind of into that, I guess. This next bit was sent in to brighten your afternoon. I'm trying to find it here. There it is. It's butterflies and the pretty colors that they are. Here it is. Now, I've been showing for a number of weeks these roadside signs from Indian River Restaurant. And you know what? I'm not even sure what that is. I need to look it up to verify that. But I've been finding them, and you probably see them now and again in an email you may get from friends, or see them on, if you got social media set up, you might see them come up. And this is a group that was sent in again by Ron. Thank you, Ron, for doing this. And I just thought I'd play this for you. It's got a lot of funny puns and sayings, and again, brighten your afternoon up. And like I said, this show is created by all of you by sending in these things, and makes it fun for us all. So here it is, Indian River Signs. Okay, Indian hills, Indian rivers. It's it's great, and lots of food for thought in a lot of those signs. This next two segments I got for you are just some odd and interesting images. I'm going to put it that way, and don't worry about it. It'll actually pretty entertaining. I think you'll enjoy this. Here it is.
Imagine being able to make an image of Queen Victoria come to life, or animating a photo of a dead relative with a few clicks on a cell phone. Using artificial intelligence, the technology behind these deepfake videos is helping people bring images of their loved ones who have passed away back to life. Genealogy site MyHeritage has put out a tool called Deep Nostalgia to animate movements on faces in photographs. The app uses a kind of AI technology called deepfake to create hyper-realistic movements on stills. MyHeritage Director of Public Relations and Social Media, Rafi Mendelsohn.
MyHeritage Deep Nostalgia tool is, I suppose, the latest iteration in that discovery process, in that technology, bringing technology to the mass, to the users, to help them make that connection with their ancestors. And of course, with Deep Nostalgia, it goes that one step further by introducing artificial intelligence technologies to animate the face and make their loved ones come to life.
More than 65 million images have been animated in the first month since the MyHeritage app was made available to users.
Now, what people are seeing when they upload that picture is that they see a driver. A driver is essentially a video of, it's actually a colleague of mine, who has recorded animations of him making different facial movements, moving your head from side to side and smiling and blinking back at you. And it's that driver, it's that animation of a human person that kind of sits underneath the still image of your ancestor and allows the face to move from side to side, to smile back at you. The Deep Nostalgia tool is intended for our ancestors, not for living people. You also cannot apply any audio element to it. And every single image has, every animation and image that we colorize or enhance or animate has a symbol in the bottom left-hand corner that shows that it has gone through a change.
While it was powerful for people who have lost their loved ones, other users have animated on famous figures in art and history and shared the clips on social media.
Now, before we go to the second segment of sort of images I was talking about, I just wanted to comment on that previous one. I did use this software. You can go to the website, MyHeritage, and they've got a little click place there that you can upload a photo and they'll animate it. So I took a picture of Donna's dad and my own dad and put them in, and it's weird in one sense because her dad's picture is a picture of him when he was probably 18, back when he was in his naval uniform for World War II. And he it doesn't do a lot, but it does what you saw in that video, where the head kind of turns and looks, and the eyes move and blink, and it's neat, creepy neat, I guess, in one sense, but it's very interesting. MyHeritage, if you want to give it a try, it's free to do, and give it a shot. Okay, we'll go on to the second segment I had about images. Here it is. Now, just to give you some context, early on in that little video, there was like a face that looked kind of funny or distorted. That wasn't gruesome. That was actually a Russian tech group that are putting hyper-realistic features to animatronic robots. And that was just one picture of a whole series that I dug into. It was quite interesting. I mean, these faces, their heads they're putting together look like a real human head, and they move, and they've got some micro expressions built into them. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, there you go. Funny signs. See, we see these all the time on the internet, get posted, signs that are misworded or misleading in some degree. That's what this is all about, and I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. You know someone who wants to watch our online worship services on Sunday mornings, but they've got no internet access. Here at BEPC, that's not a problem at all. You can use a regular home phone to access our online worship services every Sunday morning at 10:30. All you need to do is call this number, 289-635-4052. And when you connect, enter this access code, 3744. Well, there's one more thing. Once you've connected, please press *1 to mute your voice. You'll hear better that way. Those numbers again, 289-635-4052, access code 3744. Please don't forget *1 to mute your voice. For more information, send an email to minister@burlingtoneast.net. See you next Sunday. Well, now we're going to get ready for our Tuesday afternoon devotional. That wraps up the segment of what we found on the web for this week. Don't forget, folks, if you got something that you've had sent as an email or you got a video, send it in. I'll try and get it on the air. If I don't have a copyright issue with it, I can put it on and we can share it. And you're creating the show, and that's kind of fun. Well, now it's time for our Tuesday devotional, and we'll be taking a look at Psalm 71 today. But before we do that, we're going to hear a piece of music that's just going to put us in the mood, I hope. Psalm 71, reading verses 1 through 14, a prayer for lifelong protection and help. And we're reading from the New Living Translation today. O Lord, I have come to you for protection. Don't let me be disgraced. Save me and rescue me, for you do what is right. Turn your ear to listen to me and set me free. Be my rock of safety where I can always hide. Give the order to save me, for you are my rock and my fortress. My God, rescue me from the power of the wicked, from the clutches of cruel oppressors. O Lord, you alone are my hope. I've trusted you, O Lord, from childhood. Yes, you have been with me from birth. From my mother's womb, you have cared for me. No wonder I am always praising you. My life is an example to many, because you have been my strength and protection. That is why I can never stop praising you. I declare your glory all day long. And now, in my old age, don't set me aside. Don't abandon me when my strength is failing, for my enemies are whispering against me. They are plotting together to kill me. They say, God has abandoned him. Let's go and get him, for no one will help him now. O God, don't stay away. My God, please hurry to help me. Bring disgrace and destruction on my accusers. Humiliate and shame those who want to harm me. But I will keep on hoping for your help. I will praise you more and more. You know, this is a psalm clearly of David. Well, I mean, not so clearly. David, because there are a lot of interesting things in this, the way it's worded, especially towards the end of this particular selection, talking about, what to do with my enemies. But David was being hotly pursued, and there was an overthrow several times over for his kingdom. And he was chased out of the city at one point by his own son. So these are psalms that are coming from kind of a life that was concerned for clearly his own personal physical safety. And the interesting thing too is that there's that element of chutzpah I've talked about before, where there's a boldness. Don't let me be disgraced. Is a phrase that it's used in there in verse 1. Oh Lord, I've come to you for protection. Don't let me be disgraced. And what's implied in that in the sort of the Hebrew is it'll look bad on you. And it's not a rudeness or an incorrect way. It's just that Lord, I'm proclaiming that you are God, and we want to make sure that you're always God. So I'm your representative, so to speak, here on earth, and we don't want to get your name and whatnot tarnished. But the idea here for me in picking this was partly because it is a Revised Common Lectionary reading for the Tuesday of Holy Week. And Psalms like this one are talking about the long haul and how hard it can be. And then pleading to God for help. And I think as we move closer to summer and we've got the vaccinations rolling out and these VOCs, variants of concern, rolling out, and things are looking bad. If you look at the numbers of what's been happening here in Ontario in the last couple of weeks, the daily counts were well over 2,000 and climbing. And there was a note from the president of the Ontario Hospital Association saying the ICUs are filling up again as bad as they were during that second wave. And we're still planning to open up. And it's partly because of this COVID fatigue, this phrase that's being used. People are worn out. David was worn out. His whole life he had spent, trying to defend the kingdom and stand up for God, and had his own shortcomings, but he also had a lot of pressure from around him, even from his own family. And he pleaded to God for help. And we need to be doing similar. We need to be pleading to God for help, especially in this time in which we find ourselves, and not succumbing to things, but trusting God. So David's prayer here is also a reminder when he says, I've grown up knowing you. He's reminding himself that God has always been with him. It's a promise that we can have. In the past, we can see situations where God has been with us. It makes sense, in that regard, that God will be with us again today. We just have to put our trust in God. And it's a hard thing to do. It's an easy thing to say, but it's a hard thing to do when you're in the middle of going to a doctor's appointment, or you're stressed because, of the lockdown that's been prolonged here. I mean, I want to see family and friends. I want to see you as soon as I can, but we got to do it safely and right. So we need to be praying for God to give us the strength to endure this. And as I said on Sunday from Hebrews 12, run the race that's set ahead of us with perseverance. It's not a sprint. It's going to be a long run. And we're so used to everything happening, I think, these days in a sprint sort of fashion, that when it takes longer than a couple of days or whatever, we're suddenly, really stressed. Put it in God's hands. That's my thought for today anyway. Well, we're going to get ready to say a very short prayer. We're coming to the top of the hour, so I just want to get into this as quickly as possible and to pray for others. And there's lots of names on the list I have, and I know you've got someone to pray for. So let's just take a moment and do that right now. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to gather today, to hear your word, have some fun, but also to pray for others. So, Lord, we're holding up Evan M. to you today. We're holding up Lorna J., Lorna M., Paula D., Liz M., Carolyn K., Stephanie C., Janet D. There's a lot of other names on this list, Lord. Kay, Stephanie, Tim, Courtney, Vivian. These names just came in recently, and we want to keep those in mind as well. Also, Laura MC was sent in just the other day. And Lord, now hear the people that are watching this live or watching it on video, and hear the names that they have to say as well. Thank you for these names, Lord, and thank you for the act of faith that was given in saying them out loud. We hold this all to you, Jesus. Amen. Well, that brings us pretty much to a close for today's Tuesday afternoon check-in. Don't forget that starting tomorrow, you can, if you're aged to 65 or older, you can register for your COVID vaccine. The link is below this video, and you can also go to halton.ca to find that. And you can also phone 311 to get information on that as well. Please get your vaccine. It's important that we all do that. I hope to see you this coming Thursday at 10:30 right here on this YouTube channel for our Maundy Thursday worship service, and again Friday, and again Sunday. God bless you, and thank you for your support and contributing to this show today and shows to come. God bless. I'm Reverend Bruce McCanch. This is Burlington East Presbyterian Church's Tuesday afternoon check-in. We'll see you next time. God bless. You know someone who wants to watch our online worship services on Sunday mornings, but they've got no internet access. Here at BEPC, that's not a problem at all. You can use a regular home phone to access our online worship services every Sunday morning at 10:30. All you need to do is call this number, 289-635-4052. And when you connect, enter this access code, 3744. Well, there's one more thing. Once you've connected, please press *1 to mute your voice. You'll hear better that way. Those numbers again, 289-635-4052, access code 3744. Please don't forget, *1 to mute your voice. For more information, send an email to minister@burlingtoneast.net. See you next Sunday.